Hey, how's it going, guys? Ancient Rune here, back with another Wonderlands build video, and today we're going over Stormbringer update. Now, after the Binding enchant change and the Spellblade change, we don't have as much conditional damage, so for that we go a different route that you wouldn't really think. Shout out to Quag. He also does a very similar build. Kind of going back and forth with ideas, and definitely helped me improve my build a lot. And so this is just really fun build, and I'll link his Twitch down below because he's awesome, and go watch him. Yeah, this is a really fun build, and you get over 100% crit chance when you play this right. You want to hit at least 100%, but sometimes you go a little bit over, which is fine. It's so we can get the alchemical agent dots and make Claw as strong as it is, which is like something that people don't really think. They think Hammer is dead now, but it's not. It may even be stronger than it was before. Some of this is some gear specific rolls, but with the Chaos 100 drop rates for Ascendant and Primordial, it does make it a lot easier, which is really nice. So that's the right side of this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, and for the gear here we go the Scalawag. This is just like the go-to weapon for melee stuff that isn't like direct pure melee. So we go the ×2 with the melee bolts and the melee attachment. I did try the ×3 version of melee bolts, but I was reloading too much to where I didn't like it, so I'm staying with the ×2. Both will work well if you find neither one. We go Dark Magic just because nothing else helps, and this will give us a little bit of healing since this isn't like the best survivability build. Definitely not the build if you're playing Reckless. So we go Scalawag here, and then we just have a Livewire just because Livewire, the enchant for these don't match. And then we have the Stabbomancer. I haven't really ever needed to use these. Sometimes the Stabbomancer, but usually not. And then here we go, Goblin Pickaxe. We want 21% crit. It is important that you get either 21% crit or 19% crit on this. You will get less swing speed, but this will make it so you can get 100% crit chance. I don't think I have it now, but I have these ones here. This is 21% is very rare to get and very hard. So if you find a 19% crit chance with 140% crit damage, that'll work great. You just need an extra crit chance. And I'll go over the options of the different crit chance. Now, I like to go Caustic, but Warrior will also work well. I was messing a little bit with Archmage, the same spells more. Didn't really like it. Ancient isn't really needed because you're optimally throwing your hammer right away and then calling it back to you, so your cooldown will be like 5 to like maybe 7 seconds naturally, so you don't really need Ancient. And then we have Cursed Wit. Cursed Wit is back in the meta. Now, after the vibing change, Cursed Wit is very, very good now, because you don't really have much conditional damage anymore, and so Cursed Wit will give up to 100%, and then we use a low level Cursed Wit for to have better uptime on this. You don't need a low level. I would say try and get it if you do have it level 40, non-chaos tiered. I go Broid. You could also go Fleet just for move speed to hit enemies better. And now here's the thing why low level is also really good. This enchant here says it has lower value, but there's a bug where it doesn't. So this should be, while below 50% health regenerate, I think 5%, and then 30% all damage. So 5% maximum health regen is really good for getting above health gate, which is why this enchant is used. And then this all damage is just also really nice. Because usually when we get hit and we break our shield, we also lose a good amount of health. And then we go Sacrificial Skeet because we need that survivability. stay up. This is literally our only healing besides dark magic, and dark magic doesn't do that much. Now you'll see I go half of status effects, half all damage. This is actually optimal to how I built this. And so you want to have it like this, optimally, with the lightning damage for the hammer, and then Clawbringer power for hammer as well. You could go fire damage because of options I make here with the smithy iron and a fire goblin pickaxe, but I used shock for the longest time, and I just went over to fire like the other day, and so I've been liking fire more, but I would still recommend shock if you want your hammer to do the most of the damage. Now going double all damage or double status effect damage is still really good, and I wouldn't say it's a bad one if it's not exactly like this. Here we have a Tyrant's Truth. You want as much awe as possible, and then the second skills are either Oath of Thunder or Nimble Fingers. I like Nimble Fingers for my Scalawag, but it does not matter at all. Just try and get as much as this as possible. Now you could also use the Mosquito's Mantle. It's not as busted anymore, so it's more reasonable to use it if you don't want to use it broken crazy. Armor piece, it's still really strong, so I personally didn't want to use it, so I used Tyrant's Truth. This bonus is additive with the melee damage consecutive hits enchant, but it's still really good because that's like all we have here. And so I go all damage, area damage, and melee crit chance because that crit chance will go and help us get 100%. Melee damage would also be nice. Area damage applies to hammer and smithy's ire. It should not go into any like melee weapons. Definitely not stabbomancer. So area damage, because we don't have anywhere else, this is a pure mult for our spell and our hammer. So makes it really, really good as well. I tried going I don't have it on me. I tried going amnesia, but because we have such bad healing, it's not good. You could go miasmic mail, or you could go an amalgam. This will all work really well. And then here we have the smithy's ire. I like getting the spell charge and extra projectile. It feels really nice, but it does have a longer cooldown, so I made this smithy's ire with the spell charge, extra projectile. Then I added a cooldown part that'll help. That's also why I was trying out the Archmage, which is the restore spell cooldown on melee. But I still, when I play smart, I still have good uptime on this and the spellcast enchants. So that's really nice to have. But really, I'd say try and get maybe extra projectile or spell charge. I don't know which one's actually better. Extra projectile will be more damage, but spell charge will be more survivability. Now we do go spell cast all damage because we need this more than melee damage in from our formula that we have. But this is also very dangerous, and you have to play really smart and well if you don't want to go into fight for your life a lot. I like doing this because it's more enemy killing, but I have to play extra careful, and I will die sometimes, or I'll go into the save your soul a bunch. So the other option is empowering Sigil. This will also insta freeze enemies, making it so your hammer and your melee will do a bunch more damage. This should be a pure mult to melee damage when freezing. I would suggest going cooldown parts, and then also if you get radius, that's also really nice. I like cooldown for spamming more. I would still go spellcast all damage. I just haven't changed the anoint on this. And make sure you get this as frost so you can freeze those enemies. Now this will also follow you. You'll get damage reduction, and it'll block enemies bullets and projectiles, which makes it amazing for survivability. It does make it so you get Curse Wit a little less, but you don't actually need Curse Wit that much. But when you do have it, it's really, really good. And now for our ring, I go Lethal Catch, but you can use literally any ring. It does not matter what you use. I had Shark's Fangs before, but I would recommend getting the ones that roll 3, because you'll want to get some melee crit chance, and then the melee crit hit damage, and of course the melee damage on rings. Lethal Catch is really cool because it gets that 33%, but also gets 66% when you hit when you kill a land shark or crab, which is just kind of nice to have more of a bonus, but not needed. So optimally, I was able to go with 99.7% crit chance, which is 1 crit chance roll. I did that on both rings, and then this is with double melee crit chance. But if you do need more crit chance, then there is a spell enchant where after casting a spell, you get more crit chance for your melee for a short duration, which is really, really nice. So if you need it there, you can. But I don't personally need it because I'm like at 102, and that's without the 66% bonus. And so then here for the skill tree here, we go Oath of Thunder, applies to your melee. Oath of Fire, it's not doing any damage, but you need at least 1 point in here. You don't want to go Radiance. Rebuke doesn't matter much. Dragon Ore is really good because it's elemental damage. Blasphemous Favor does nothing, so we don't really go in it. Friend of Flame doesn't help. Then we go Firebolt and Storm Breath. These will also help proc Awe. And then we go Pointed Awe. Now we do not go Indomitable because this will restore our shield, which means restoring our Cursed Wit. And also it's such a tiny shield that it doesn't matter at all. So we go Max Awe here, and this crit chance is really good for keeping up our 100%. And then this crit damage is only additive with the crit damage shrine. So this makes that crit damage really, really good for Awe. And then here we go Haste, Potent Poisons, exploit their weakness. This is the normal stuff. We don't go Shadow Step for this just because we're constantly using a fast swing weapon that I just don't find it worth it. You get more value of going like Nimble Fingers, which I do for Fiery, or you can put it in Swift Death. Now I normally wouldn't say use Swift Death, but follow-up isn't helping with this conditional damage because we're swinging so fast. We never have this follow-up damage bonus up, so I go Swift Death instead because Arsenal is such small bonus for that melee damage, it doesn't really help. So if you didn't want to go as much Nimble Fingers, then you could go more Swift Death and max that out, and you still have 2 out of 3. All this fire rate does make you reload more, so that's one downside of Nimble Fingers, but you do get more crossbows applied. Elusive is also another thing for survivability, and so we can shoot our Scalawag and run. Contagion to spread those dots, and then of course Alchemical Agent, which with our crits deal a strong dot, and this is what makes our hammer do so much damage. And this is why, a big reason why we go 100% crit damage, or crit chance. Now you'll see right now I only have 77.5. Once I have like all my ring effect active, it will go up. And then another place you can get more crit chance if you need to is Dexterity. I didn't have to, luckily, but that is a thing you can go. You may need it if you have less awe. It's just a lot of experimenting with what works and what doesn't based on your gear. And even if you can't get 100%, the closest you can get is good. Like if you get 80% or 90%, really 90% is all you really need, but having 100% is just consistent. And then of course we go crit damage because we're always critting. And then we go Wisdom here for status effect damage since we're doing Alchemical Agent. And then I like to go max HP and Ward just to get a little bit more health. This adds like 1,000 more health, which is nice. It does increase our shields a bit, but it doesn't really matter. It'll still get broken in one hit. If you didn't want to go this, then you could go Spell Cooldown to spam either Empowering Sigil or Smithy's Ire, but it doesn't really matter. I hope you guys enjoyed this build video. This is my favorite Clawbringer build right now. Hammer Stab, which is my other claw build, is right now very similar to this. I was thinking about maybe just calling this Hammer Stab, but I kept this as Stormbringer because it's the same multi-class and same idea, just a little less thematic of the hammers. But yeah, this is still really good. I may change up Hammer Stab a lot. If you see this video and you want me to just do an updated of the original Hammer Stab, I can, but this is pretty much a better version of old Hammer Stab. My other claw builds that use Spell Shot, I'm probably not updating because I only did it because of Spellblade, so I could use guns and stuff with the hammer. But who knows what'll happen. Maybe I get inspired by something else to do Hexecutioner, but for now I don't plan to. But if you like this video, the save file will be down below in my Discord link. Go there, and there's a channel for that. And make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.